Hey guys, RanqeustLP here, bringing you episode number 9 of Building and Beyond. So it's been a little while since my last episode. Things have been pretty busy at home, between wedding things and spending time with the loved ones. I wanted to bring you this episode, like I said before. Every time we get new subscribers or followers, I'm going to try to recognize them on our growing monument here. My only request for those that subscribe, please either send me a message in a comment saying that you've subscribed, or change your settings to be public, or at least your subscriptions to be public, so that I can actually see who you are. Because currently I have 4 new subscribers, but I have no idea who they are, so I can't do anything about it. So I'm going to have to do this. YouTube's subscriber. I'm going to have to do this 4 times. So as soon as I figure out who these people are, or who you guys are, this will be updated. But nonetheless, you will be recognized. Subscriber. We're going to move over here. We've got our last YouTube subscriber. And then we also got a brand new Twitter follower, and that is Blake Nickel. Welcome to the family, Blake. Twitter follower. Awesome. So we've got one side at least barely filled out, a couple more growing, and my channel grows. And again, I can't thank all you guys enough. The 7 of you plus the 4 Twitter subscribers. I mean, everything that you guys do helps grow my channel a little bit more. You guys have been liking my videos. I haven't really gotten many comments, but I know that they'll be coming. So, but yeah, once we kill these raiders here, we will move on to my next agenda. Now, for this next episode, I want to do something that we probably should have done a long time ago. I set up that little mini farm, and I've been saying that I'm going to expand it for the past couple episodes now, and I just... Jeez. It's spawning right in front of us. This is a pain. And I've been saying that I wanted to expand it for about 4 or 5 episodes now, and I think it's time, because the food situation... Ooh, a goody shovel. Because the food situation's not terrible, but, you know, I've been alternating between our carrots and our potatoes, you know, having, you know, mass quantities of food, and I don't want to have to deal with it. As far as some of the progress I've made over here, I'll show you a little bit before we head that way. I've been, you know, working on the farm, collecting wood, getting some more chickens and sheep. So that's been steadily growing. I've been collecting more food. I mean, nothing over here is really expanded. I finished the windows off, and I added the glowstone behind them, as well as I finished off this top lip up here. So that's coming along. The only thing I have to do... Where are you? The only thing I have to do is I have to work on these front little stair areas, which will, you know, finish off the front area here. and then obviously work on the columns and go inside. But as far as what I've been doing back here, I've started to clear my way back, and as you can see, you know, it's been quite a time of clearing all that. It doesn't look like a lot, but it actually takes a good while. And I've been running low on iron, so I've been constantly trying to go caving for more stuff. So we've got a lot of work on our hands. I haven't done much down in the actual ravine. It's really been mostly farming stuff and getting things ready. And then also, for those that have noticed, I have started up a Civ 5 Let's Play. So if you like what we're doing here and you want to check something out, come on. This is constant battle. This is not what I planned this episode to be. But yeah, so for those that have played Civ 5, oh, also I moved the enchanting table over here, considering that we're clearing. So for those that have played Civ 5 and like it, you know, go check that out. We've started as the country of Korea, and come on, stop it! Oh, jeez, we are going to sleep. That's all I know. Go away. Thank you for your orbs. Good night. So yeah, so we've started a Let's Play for Korea, and that Let's Play is going a little bit similar to the way this Let's Play started. It's a lot of, you know, there's some gameplay, and jeez, it's daytime. You should be gone. We just used our entire axe. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are you done? Okay. And you permanently smashed my door. Great. So, I don't even know what I was saying. Civ 5. Okay, yes. So that Let's Play is pretty much going to be similar to the way this one started. It's going to be a little bit slow, and I think that my plan going forward, to be honest, is to shrink down my episode lengths, because those episodes are getting a little bit long. I think they're around the 35 to 40 minute length, and I think maybe between the 25 or the 20 and 25 minute length would probably be better off for those. But for those that are watching, let me know what you think about that, and if you want me to shorten the episodes to make it a little more manageable, I'll definitely do that. And if not, then, well, I'll see how things go. But anyway, so let's get started. I want to start working on some farms. We have a good influx of carrots, just from leftovers, some potatoes, and then I want to start a wheat farm. And then there's a couple other farms that we're going to need to start eventually, but I think that those three are probably the better three to at least get going. And I do have, my inventory does look cluttered, and it's a little bit, but let's throw this stuff real quick. But I do have a lot of the things that I like to use for my farms. I picked up the area. It's over here. It's pretty close, and I figure, you know, as far as this city goes, it's not going to be like a gnome city, so, you know, they are going to be okay to come outside, and that's why I've chosen an outdoor area, just because honestly it's a pain to have to, you know, dig out an entire area and come on. I'll do it with a... I don't care what I have to use. You're gonna die. Creeper skills. Creeper. Ooh, double hit. This is getting monotonous. I should just let this guy blow up. Come on. Come on up here. I'm going to be digging it anyways. Come on. Blow. Ah, I killed you. Go figure. The last hit. Okay, so yeah, these people, they will be coming outside for farming, so I might as well put something up here, because if I were to try to put that, at least for now, these farms, at least the size that I want them to be, over in the ravine, the amount of space that I'd have to dig out is just, it's unreal, and it just makes it a lot easier this way, and it makes more sense, to be honest. So as far as I do have a bucket. Okay. As far as the way that these farms work, like I've mentioned before, that water will hydrate soil 4 blocks in any direction, and that's not just up and to the left and to the right. That's also diagonal. So when you're creating a farm, you can actually get a really large area farmed out. So I mapped this out, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the center, and we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the center. So we'll dig this part out right here, and then we can throw some water in. Now so 1, 2, 3, 4. And this gets a little tedious. We're going to keep digging. And then, so everywhere inside, alright, so this is the size of one of our plots that we're going to make. And of course, the insides here will be irrigated as well. But I just wanted to give you just a general range as far as what we're doing. So, yeah, I mean, as far as these plots, we've got a 9x9 area. That's 81... so 9 times 9, that's 81 squares minus the center one, which equals, so that's 80 possible crops, and that's able to be hydrated by 1 block of water. Now, in theory, we could have made this a lot bigger. We didn't need to, because the lake is right here, so this technically hydrates 4 in anyways. But just for symmetry and completeness, we'll do it this way. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish irrigating this out. I'm actually going to extend 1 more block that way, and then I'm going to dig this mountain out this way so that we can get 2 more farm plots on this side, so that we can get 4 squared farm plots, and that way at that point we'll actually have plenty of room for all the crops that we need. So I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I dug out a huge chunk of this mountain hill, which, granted, that's not the best look right now, but I am going to expand the farm a little bit further that way. Not necessarily at this level. I think I may step it off a bit. We have a couple more things to do as far as farming items go, but I think this is a good start for now. So we've got the 2 up front plots here, and then we've got 2 on the back. What I plan to plant in the front here is I want to do 1 set of carrots, 1 set of potatoes, and then I want to do 2 sets of wheat in the back. And the reason being is because we're going to be doing a lot of farming, not necessarily with just plants, but also with the animals. And so the wheat's going to play double time as far as what we're going to be able to utilize it for. So, we're obviously going to want to have wheat for bread and things like that, but we're also going to want it for breeding cows and pigs and sheep and actually, well, let's be honest, and chickens as well. Now, chickens don't actually eat the wheat; they eat the seeds, which is a byproduct of wheat, anyways. So I think that having at least 2 wheat plots to start is definitely going to be good for us in the long run. And then also in the next step up, so what I plan on doing is probably shaving this down, making it so that I can step up, or even have like a little small staircase going up here that kind of splits this mountain in 2. And I plan on having, because we need to have at least 3 more plant farms. So one of them is going to be melons, and another one's going to be pumpkins. And pumpkins aren't necessarily useful, but you might as well, if you're going to go farming like this, you might as well go all out. And then also on top of that, we're actually going to need 4 in total more. We're going to need that. We're going to need to move our netherwort farm, which is going to be maybe somewhere this way. Maybe, I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to do that one, or where I'm going to do that one. I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then also we're going to need to have our sugarcane, or our reeds farm. And so I think I may put a tier for the melons and the pumpkins up here, and then I may fill in this area and utilize this for a large sugarcane farm. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it, just because there's all this water already here. And the thing about reeds is that they need to be adjacent to a water source block in order for them to be able to grow. So there's a special way to farm them out. I mean, there's many ways, and granted, we could get into the automated type farms, but honestly, as far as farms go, it's not very difficult to come in and hack things down, and I honestly don't want to deal with the nighttime, so I'm gonna go sleep. But yeah, so I don't mind taking the time to farm, just because, you know, that's kind of how farms really are. You plant things, and then you go out and when they're ready, you go out and harvest them. And it doesn't really take that much time to do it. So I think that's not that big of a deal. And we may even get to automation. I mean, eventually, because we're going to want to have a lot of resources, especially things like reeds and melons, and because those are actually easy to farm. So as far as automation goes, you know, we may actually do some more automated farms down inside the ravine where there's a lot less space, or granted, there's a lot more digging to be had, but I think the look and feel of having actual farm plot areas is much nicer. So yeah, I've come out with a relative form. I like to surround my farms and fencing, and, you know, for obvious reasons, you know, one being look, but another thing is, you know, just to keep everything out. You know, when you get animals in here, they tend to trample, they jump around, they try to get on top of things, and it just messes things up, and it's a pain. So a lot of times I'll actually use a cobblestone wall, just because I think, to be honest, I think it looks the best. You know, before we just had the regular fencing, but personally, you know, I like the look of having the cobblestone. So, and we may even change this base underneath out. Sometimes I like to change it out to have, you know, a cobblestone base. Sometimes I leave it, but you know, we'll get there. So, just getting the basics down, just so that we can have, you know, a safe place to farm. Another thing that, you know, that's nice about having the fences up is we have a place for lighting. So that may, you know, we usually put a torch in each corner, and then I try to get a torch on all the middle sections. It just makes it it's actually it's a good indicator, and it's easy to kind of measure out all of your items. And some people too, they like to have, you know, maybe a piece of glowstone right over the water, which you can do, and, you know, that does serve the same purpose. But for me personally, just because it gets in the way, I actually like to so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually plant a piece of, or a carrot here. This will be our carrot farm, and then I like to utilize just a half slab right over the center. And then, you know, carrots, even though they grow, they have the same hitbox as, you know, any other block, so you can actually see the outline right there. So you can shift click right over, and yeah, see, now I have the half slab over here, so, you know, as I'm planting, I can go right over it, versus either falling in or hitting the block and you have to maneuver around it. So yeah, so we'll put, you know, our corn there, we'll get our potatoes here, do the same thing with the half slabs. We'll get our seeds on this guy, and then half slab it, just like this. And then, you know, once you get all that done, you just go in and fill in. And then it starts to grow pretty quickly. And again, you know, when you have a farm this, I mean, you don't really need anything more larger than this as far as, you know, bulk quantity. With this large of a farm, especially considering they're all usable food sources, I'm going to need more seeds. You start to stockpile your food pretty quickly. So, you know, this will allow us to pretty much be free of the need for food going forward. You know, once we get this completely filled in, and you know, you come in, or you know, you come in after a long day of building, you notice that all your crops are done. You just do a quick harvest of everything, and you're good to go for pretty much the next. I mean, depending on how much you play, the next couple hours. So yeah, I mean, is it the most technical farm? No, but it gets the job done. And honestly, I think it looks pretty nice as far as a farm goes. You know, you have all your plots, and you can mix and match these things. You know, you don't have to just keep all the potatoes in one area. You know, some people like to, you know, make little crop rotations and, you know, and do, you know, fancy things with it. But that's really up to you guys as far as what you want to do. I know I've seen plenty of farms that just, you know, especially for the ones that aren't necessarily utility based, they tend to like to just kind of strew random crops all over the place. But where this farm is going to be generally for utility, at least to start. You know, once the crops are going to do us for the most part, especially while we are trying to expand our protein business. You know, we're going to be utilizing a lot of those crops for a long time, so there's definitely going to be a need going forward with all that stuff. So, and I'm just going to grab everything. Might as well plant it all, except for, actually, I don't even need the wheat. I'm going to leave those in there for now. So, do a quick harvest. And I did go back in the nether. I do have a good couple stacks of the soul sand. I know we only grabbed like 15 or so, or I think actually we grabbed like 11. Yeah, so we've got two stacks plus, you know, a couple of soul sand, and I've been stockpiling in nether wart. I still have yet to do the brewing episode, and I still need to get some cows. So, you know, those will be in the episodes to come. I plan on getting my farm stabilized so that I have, you know, everything is completely planted through, at least for these bottom farms, especially the wheat farms going forward. And then from there, I will go and search for cows, and we also do need to get ourselves a horse. Horses are brand new as far, well, they're the most recent item as far as the update goes. So we are going to need to find ourselves some horses pretty soon, because I know people like to see them, and I know that it makes traveling a lot easier, especially if you're going long distances. Not to mention, it's always fun to have. And you know, another thing that we have is we do have we've got some name tags, and you know, we are going to want to go dungeon delving. You know, I've done some basic stuff, but generally through the caving that you've already seen. But we're going to want to possibly go off in a different direction and go dungeon diving, because I do want to find some spawners. I have yet to actually find. Well, I know I found that zombie spawner in the ravine, and I actually haven't located it since we captured it. But I need to set up an XP farm, because I've been having a whirl of a time trying to get XP, and between, you know, killing myself accidentally in the ravine, like you saw, and those nighttime raids, which just tend to be ridiculous. I have not been able to keep my XP up. I'm still trying to get the 36 levels for to combine our pickaxes, because I want to be able to use that, and I've been trying to limit myself as far as the caving goes, because I know that we have that Fortune 3 efficiency 4 pick, and we have that other pick as well, and I want to combine those, and the reason being is because going into a cave with a fortune pick just makes things so much easier coming out. I mean, you get the maximum as far as redstone and lapis, and you generally get at on average like 2.5 coal per block. So I really need to get those combined. And the way we're going to do that is we can keep grinding this out. I mean, I technically only have 10 more levels to go for that, but the easiest way to do that, especially going forward, because we're going to need a lot of tools. I mean, we're digging in a ravine, we're cutting out places. The easiest way to do that is to get an XP farm, and I think the best way to do that is to find that zombie farm and convert it so that I can kind of sit off camera and just collect the XP when's needed. But yeah, so we've got a decent amount accomplished today, and granted it was a shorter episode. I think that I think I am going to try doing that going forward. I mean, this is getting probably close to the 25-minute mark right now, but we've got this farming, and I'll pretty this up even more off camera. We're going to need. I'm going to finish off the fencing here, make it so that no mobs can come in, and then also we're going to need to start clearing up the step up there, and possibly looking into how to convert this area over here into reed farmland. So, but yeah, and again, so I'm gonna give a shout out back to those, our new subs as well as our old subs, because you're always important. Keep up the good work. Like, subscribe. For anybody that's new to the channel or looking at some of my videos, tell me what you think. And if you like what you see, subscribe to me, and so that you can get some more content from me. So, and also, if you guys are interested, again, just take a look over to some of those Civ 5 episodes. Those are going to be coming out possibly 1 or 2 a week. I know that those are a lot easier to record versus a Minecraft, just because I don't. As far as Minecraft goes, I could record every single waking moment in here, and then just keep pushing out those videos. But I don't particularly think that's 100% entertaining. And I mean, I could be wrong. You guys could want that. So let me know in the video what you guys kind of want for this Let's Play, as far as whether you want me to record more of the tedious stuff, the digging and whatnot. But otherwise, I'm going to try to keep giving you episodes as much as I can, but so long as I actually have some content to give you. So, but yeah, so I think I'm going to cut it here, and again, leave some likes, some comments, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Here we go.